Say whatever you want. For I'm not even tripping with
I
like.
promise I'm going to. This is not a prison interview. This is we're outside one.
Come on.
Tell me when you're ready, Buckaroo.
It's
Let's
good.
get it.
Bring us in.
What's good? Welcome to another episode of the Food Community Podcast. I am Rich Homie Juan. I got my host with me, LA Icon, as usual.
What up?
Until we got the boy Lil Grifo in the building. What's good?
What's the deal?
Did you hit the claps for my boy? The round of applause?
There it is.
Hey, so you fools got beef?
Oh,
You guys had beef once?
the food community.
Let's just start there.
Let me know.
It was on site, boy. Nah, I'm gonna keep it G. Fool, this fool try to say that I banned him coming from SD and shit.
I believe it. Sounds like something you would do.
But that shit that shit was cap. That shit was cap.
I made a top 40 Latino rapper list, and my boy got upset at me because he wasn't on there.
So how was the drive coming over here?
It's cool, fool. I was just with you, fool.
We just got done doing an episode of Indicted TV, so you could check out all his pinta stories on there. We're not going to really cover that. We'll cover the fucking one that you ducked, the one that you beat.
Right.
That's fire.
Hey, when was the last time I seen you, fool? When you shot that video for me
Jay Stone?
with Jay Stone, remember?
No, I had to have seen you sometime before then. You saw my wife at the concert or something?
Yeah, I seen her there.
Nah, I didn't go
the
there.
But the last time we were in the on Crenshaw way when Nipsey died.
Yep, we did a video for you and Jay Stone. That fool was cool. That shit came out cool.
Cool ass fool. Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
I don't even know, fool. But I know Jalisco was there too. Rest in peace. Jalisco was there and Chito was there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they got in a car accident and then they just pulled up right after the car accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were right there.
That's right. So let's start at the very beginning, my dog. Where did you grow up, and what was it like growing up over there?
Grew up in Palm City, California. For those who don't
Right.
know where that's at, that's in the south side of San Diego. 3-4 exits from Tijuana.
That's the southest of the south side that you could get.
That's the south side. That's the south side.
That's right. And what was it like growing up right there, my G?
Same shit, fool. You know what I'm saying? Way just being outside, way getting locked up, doing the whole, being with the homies. Same shit, fool. Just it up.
How old were you when you got put on?
Honestly, fool, I want to say I was probably like around like 12 way, where I officially got like put on way, like 12. Fool.
Because you're already hanging out with the homies prior.
Yeah,
Sick ass fool.
yeah, I was already around.
I mean, I know I just heard your story right now, but so is it safe to say that you went to juvenile hall early on? That YA baby, all that.
Yup, juvenile.
Were you super feed man?
I was feeding me as fool. Feeding me as fuck.
Merasa, if you know, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was out there though, fool. Just running around, doing the regular shit, dog. You know what I mean? Fool, getting in trouble, doing all that.
At what age did you begin starting to with the music?
It didn't really happen seriously for me till like 2000, maybe 16, 2017, dog. Like I was like dabbling in that 2012 before I did my time and like that. But I would just be like bullshitting, just writing songs for the homies way, and then like just getting for the homies, and then like every time I got out, it kind of started getting more bigger and bigger and bigger and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me something to focus on and shit, like because homies were catching cases, homies were doing all kinds of stuff, so it's like that be something like an outlet, kind of like an outlet to do something else and like that.
That's dope. Do you remember the first song that you put out publicly, like that someone maybe could go see right now if they wanted to do a deep dive on you?
Yeah, my first song that I ever put out was called Blast You.
Damn,
it was like for the Enemigas. I thought they just killed a little homie Wicked, rest in peace back there. So
R.I.P.
I made a little song like that way. And then back like when MySpace was around. So it was on MySpace only.
That's dope.
Yeah, so you can't really find it unless you go on MySpace music like that.
You might be able to find it. You never know.
Yeah, MySpace. So it's safe to say you've been rapping for over a decade.
Over a decade, yeah. Barely getting money. Probably like maybe I want to say a solid 4 years ago. I barely started like, figuring it out.
But with that being said, you were also in jail most of that time too, between that first song and when you started making bread.
Yeah.
How many years did you do?
It just depends what time, dog. But I did like a 3-year stretch, got out, do like a year, get out again and do like another 15 months or something. But a lot of it was just fighting cases. Fool, like the last term that I really did was like 2015, from 2012 to 2015. And other than that, I just been catching cases here and there, getting lawyers and shit, and grace of God, just
Tell me about being on the run in Mexico.
Fool,
Where were you, if you don't mind me asking?
Gualcura. I was in Matamoros.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's not too far, dog. It's like it's probably like 20 minutes into Tijuana. But yeah, I was just on the run over there. They were accusing me over here that they said that I did. It was just accusations like that. So I had to flee. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here way. So I was out there in Tijuana for like 3 months. Finally got apprehended and shit by like the Juras over there and the Pepos or whatever you want to call them and shit like that. And came back. Got extradited back, did a little bit of time, spent a little bit of money on lawyers.
Earlier you had mentioned that they busted another popular rapper right after they busted you.
Yeah, they got the homie Conejo. Like at the time, like I knew of him because of his music, but I didn't personally know that fool and shit. Wait till so he got popped by the same Pepos that got me. So after that shit, after he did his little time or whatever, and I did my time, we both got out around the same time. And he reached out to me and shit. That fool sent me a DM.
That's love. What did he say, that they were talking about you?
Low key, yeah. That fool was just saying that happened, and just like comparing the fools and shit. We were just comparing what happened and shit. And that fool's like, yeah, they got me like this, or you remember this fool that looked like that, and like, cause it's like a little squad, I guess, of people.
I remember you telling me.
Cause they get you down there and shit like that. So it was just the same people on the same time. So, yep.
That's crazy. Is it safe to say you visited Hong Kong and Adalitas?
Yeah, I've been down there.
Did you have fun?
I've been down there. It's cool, dog. It's cool. It's different, fool.
I know. I used to go quite a bit.
Yeah, it's different. You know what time it is then?
I do.
$80 you go a long way. I never.
Damn, you're a baller. I would just go outside and pay 35.
Yeah, personally, I never my own way when I went down there and shit for like
cat.
Palabra, I never.
It's cool, fool. I know that your lady's right here right now.
Yeah, not palabra. I'm a barrio. I never bought down there in my life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you see people? Did you take homies and you watch them wild out?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep, I seen homies do that thing, fool, but like I'll hype those fools up and shit. I'll be like, come on, fool. Like I was gonna do it too. I never did it though, cause
you might have got a disease. You got lucky.
Yeah. So. But I've been in those places.
Yeah, the Cahuila's pretty lit, fool. It's pretty crazy. What was the crazy?
You ever been to jail down there?
Hell no. I'll pay my way. Fastest.
I got locked up by there too, fool, in the Cahuila way for taking a piss.
Damn, where was that Mexico story at Indicted TV?
Nah. I had a show with RJ. It was on Cinco de Mayo. Me and RJ had a show at Coco Bungo. And
in Rosarito.
Nah, not the Rosarito one.
Coco Bungo's
on the Revolucion and shit. We had a show, and then I remember I was on stage with this fool RJ and shit, and somebody, I forgot what happened. Somebody tried to throw some food, and I threw some shit from the stage to the audience.
Snapper ass fool.
They pulled me off the stage and shit. They made me go outside. So when I walked outside, the wind hit me and I had to take a piss. So I just bent the corner away, took a leak, and they just snatched my ass up. Yeah.
How was that?
It was cool, fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of Pisces tripping and shit, fool. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, fool, they put me like in a different, when they took us to the little, the Zona Norte jail, it's called Zona Norte or like that, fool. They took us right there and they put me like in a different, little holding tent because I was just talking to the Pisces way when we were in the car because they get you all together, they rally you up. They get everybody around, and then when the whole cage thing, the car shit,
when it fills up,
when it fills up and shit, fool, they take everybody to jail at the same time.
Oh, so you were turned up talking to the fools that you were with.
Drunk shit, for talking about Palm City. Fools didn't know what I was talking about.
They're like, "Guess that's the way."
So them fools, you know what I'm saying? So
that's tight. And then, so how long were you in the tank for before you got rescued?
The morning.
Who came for you?
Nope, I have $40.
That's all it took?
All it took, I just had to wait my turn. Had to wait my turn. And I remember I still had my cell phone on me.
Hell yeah.
I still had my phone
So you were right there scrolling all f***ed up?
Scrolling all the palabra, but that shit was crazy, food. Like I ain't gonna lie, way.
Nah, that's a kind of crazy little experience right there. I would not want to go to jail in Mexico, fool. I've been pulled over a couple of times. One time they saw my watch, and I was like, nah. And he started laughing. And then the person I was with said whatever he said, and then they let us go.
So you was from the cartel?
I have no idea what you're talking about. But so damn. And so when you came back from Mex, how long until after you got gaffled, you came home, they let your ass out eventually. What happened after that?
About like 9 months after I did my violations for what I was being accused of, I thought I got snatched up again by the marshals. Damn. I went back to jail. I did like about 13 months. Bailed out. I was out on bail for like a year.
Had you already dropped any music?
Around that time, you know what, dog? I think around that time, like I wasn't really tripping on. I was tripping on music, but I wasn't popping the way like.
But you had nothing out yet.
Yeah, I had it out. I remember because I shot some down there too, but my numbers weren't like that good yet. It wasn't like.
Shout out to Calioso going over there and shooting that music video for you.
Rest in peace.
Yes, sir. R.I.P.
But my numbers weren't that good yet. Like until I like hit my first little million. I think that should happen like a year after that. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's right. So, how's your music career been going since then?
Shit, chilling, bro. Like I really honestly, I just been like just dealing with a bunch of like personal shit as far as like with the chords, that and like just what like the shit I was talking to you about earlier, that and I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes and shit, like bringing artists into the city or just connecting the dots for other people. Like I just did with Weed Maps and Lowrider magazine.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah, I connected them. I connected Weed Maps with Lowrider magazine for 7 cities for like a $70,000 package deal with Weed Maps into Lowrider, and Lowrider looked out and gave me my little 25%. So
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was just all off of just me, fool, like just like knowing people and shit. Like I didn't even do that shit. Like it just happened, dog. Like Lowrider gave me an opportunity and shit like that, and shout out to my homie Los and shout out to Tweeter. But
that's right.
They just said like, hey, look, if you want, you could try to do this and that. They gave me like a,
they gave you options.
They gave me options and shit like that. And at first I was just like, yeah, like I don't know what we're talking about. But then the whole Weed Map situation came through for me out of my distribution. My distribution hit me up and they're like, hey, we got Weed Maps on the line. They're trying to talk to you because of Lowrider. You got Lowrider plug, right? I said, yeah. So they text me. Weed Maps text me. Shout out to Joanna and everybody over there. But they text me. It was an ongoing thing. Dog, took about like 2 months to get it sealed and shit. Like, going back and forth,
That's cool.
And doing the whole shit. A lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of me not knowing what I'm talking about, but just winging it and shit like that.
A little 20K, little 2 months is light work.
Yep. Good shit. Plus, I get plugged in. I got a show coming up in Scottsdale at the Lowrider.
So you got paid and you get to go play.
Yeah. That shit. And then I might be in the Chicago one. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm at all the events. It's just different promoters, so a lot of times it's just like a lot of different shit.
Nah, a little bullshit. Nah, I totally feel it. Let's switch lanes a little bit. You be fighting a lot, fool.
Yeah.
What's your fighting record?
Man, it just depends. The ones that are on camera or the ones that ain't.
Period.
I don't know, bro. I'm probably like, 2020. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
I fucking like you. What's your record, in your opinion, on fights that have been recorded that are well documented on the internet?
Man, a lot of those fights were before I was even popping, dog. Like a lot of them fights, fool, was like back when.
So they just popped out magically once you're up.
Nah. So what happened is whoever put that shit out, it was when I barely dropped with Mitchie Slick, and I dropped that I'm from Dago. As soon as that I'm from Dago started going crazy, all kinds of videos started popping up and shit of me and shit like that. A lot of people try to come out the woodworks and like say shit like, hey, with little videos like that, or like, oh, we know what school he went to, or he don't dress like this, or he don't talk like that, like a bunch of weird, like a bunch of weird motherfuckers trying to like get at my image. But everybody who grew up around me, and
they know what it is.
Like so I don't really let that shit get to me, fool. But the internet be at an all-time high a lot way, like a lot of bullshit the internet way. But that's the new.
Oh, trust me, I know.
I remember when they were trying to push the video, they had reached out trying to pay to get the video posted.
Right.
I didn't. We can't post fights, but
Yeah.
I remember they reached out trying to get it posted.
Which video was it?
It was one of you in the middle of a street,
The middle of the street.
like in front of some houses.
Oh, I think that was on my music video.
I think so.
So fool had like long hair and shit.
Oh, that was a
I
good
don't know.
one. I think you won that fight.
We could have jumped them that day too, palabra on their face. We could have jumped them, but you know what, dog? Like, it was funny because the dude that I got down with, his girl was a model in the video, but we told her we didn't need her anymore. We were like, hey, we don't need you and shit. We got too many people. And she was like, well, I want to get paid. And the homie was like, well, here's $100, half of what we were gonna give you. Just take the 100 and dip. And she's like, nah, I want my whole money.
How long was she there for?
She wasn't. She was there for 30 minutes.
Unreasonable.
Yeah, so she didn't want to do that. So she went outside and one of the homies called her a bitch or something because she went to go sit in her car. Someone's like, hey, she's in her car, like on the phone. But I wasn't worried about it and shit. Wait, next thing you know, we were all in the back. That's actually the No Friends video. That shit got like almost 2 million views. But we were in the back and somebody's like, hey, Grifo, there's like 2-3 Carlos in the front and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I wants to get down with you, I'm like, come on, dog. Serio, come on. You know, so I went out there and shit, fool. And all the little homies that were with me happened to be the fools who came in the cars and amigas. So they was from the enemy's hoods.
Mm-hmm.
So
it worked out perfect.
it worked out perfect, but at the same time, if I wouldn't have took that one-on-one, and
It
I would
would've
have
been a
jumped,
big-ass
I would have
thing.
jumped them. People would have been like, "Oh, you know, this fool doesn't want to, you know, he don't want to get down one-on-one with fools. You got to jump somebody to do, you know what I'm saying?" Wait, so I told everybody, "Hey, kick it. Let me just get this shit really quick." That was it.
I saw the uppercuts.
A little bit of that. A little bit of that.
So just tell me, what's your internet fight record, in your opinion? I haven't watched all the videos. People just tell me.
I don't know if we gotta go look him up.
Shoot the links after the interview.
I got down with somebody you guys interviewed not too long ago, and nobody even knows about it.
Talk to me about it. I know what you're talking about. Talk to me about
I
it.
can't, dog. You know, and it wasn't even in California.
That's fine.
Yeah, we got down in sound check in a whole different state. You know what I'm saying?
I like Boise, Idaho.
That's all I can really say about that. But
Did you win?
I can't even speak on it like that, fool. You know what I'm saying? But
Spencer, fool, I had to ask.
yeah,
That was for the homie. Hey, so, well, you guys got it out the way. Were you guys cool after?
yeah. Yeah, we were back to back signing autographs for like 30 minutes away. So
That's love.
yeah,
That's love. So, all that fight shit, I just had to ask because, you know, the internet's going to ask, Icon didn't ask him the good questions.
yeah.
You know, I don't know about your fighting, fool. You be fighting all the time. Sick ass fool. You almost fought the homie right now before the interview. No cap.
This fool trying to size me up. Huh? He's like, "How tall are you, fool? 6'3". I fuck you, fool. It's all right.
Just get the friendly out the way, G. Nah. So there's that. There's the fights. Talk to me about what rappers do you like in San Diego?
Man, I just had an interview the other day about this, but I don't beef with any rappers, fool.
No, I'm not asking about beef. I'm asking who you like.
I mean, music wise, this shit, you know, I feel like Mitchie Slick.
That's right.
Shit. Not too many people out there, dog, that I listen to their music. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of shit that I don't like, I don't really listen to shit like that.
Like what?
Shit, I barely like rap. Honestly, I be about
I feel
corridos
that.
more than anything and shit like that, you know. So
Who are some of your favorite corrido singers?
shit, Legal 7, fucking Fuerza Régida,
That's right.
El Comandor, you know, old shit.
I think it might be popular enough to get a feature from Legalo or Fuerza. It might be possible.
Right.
If you guys are watching this, the homie needs a feature. Let's cross some borders. Shit.
Palabra.
Is there any artists in San Diego you'd like to work with? You like that
Yeah.
stupid shit?
Nah, fool.
Let's just cut this shit. What's good with you and Little
keep
Weirdo?
it G. Shit, I don't even know who that is, dog.
Dang, that was a cool dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Wade, like no cap. The homie from your hood, the chunky homie from your hood, that fool's one of the best rappers I know. No cap. He might not be popular, but that fool could really rap.
Yeah, he got flow on him, dog, but he just, you know, I posted a post this morning and shit about like, you know, like just like being talented but not being able to bring out, because it's more than just talent nowadays, fool. Like,
No,
you
yeah, it
could
definitely
rap and you could
requires
be
the
the
whole
best.
package.
You
Yeah.
could be the best rapper. It don't even matter how you look. You could look like Biggie. You could look like you. You know what I'm saying? You could,
Gotcha.
You could look like anybody way, but at the end of the day, it's like if you don't have no drive, no one's gonna tell you how to move.
Facts. I'm not mad at that.
I'm on interview number 2 today.
That is facts. And they're on both large platforms. Got to give you credit. I don't know how you pulled it off.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something. I recently interviewed a fine gentleman that's not from this portion of California. And you were signed to him, I believe, or I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I'd like to ask you for clarification on your relationship with GT Distribution.
My relationship with GT Digital is as a client. So GT Digital provides the service that they offer to the world, and I just happen to be one of their clients.
I feel it. How'd you go about linking up with them?
I linked up with him, honestly, keep it G with you.
Did you sign up on the internet or did you meet him in person?
No, I signed up on the internet, dog, but it wasn't through no Instagram. I was actually reaching out because I was trying to get the Empire plug.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, Empire used to shoot a lot of love to like artists.
Excuse me.
They used to sign a lot of artists back then. They used to not sign them, excuse me.
No, give you distribution deals.
They used to give distribution.
I have one. I've had one for a decade. I know all about it.
See what I'm talking about? So look, so I was trying to do that, and somebody told me like, hey, there's another thing called GT Digital. That's like they offer distribution too and shit like that. They're like a link off of Empire. And at the time, you got to keep in mind, I'm a independent artist who don't really know anything about digital marketing or distribution. So I had no clue what the talking about. All I know is that you're gonna put my music up on Spotify, Apple, and Pandora, and like that. That's all I knew.
Where was your music at before you linked up with GT?
On CDs in the streets.
Sick ass fool.
So there goes to say this, that when I got on with GT Digital for distribution, I didn't know any history behind what GT Digital meant. I didn't know about who ran it. I didn't know about what artists were on there. I didn't know shit.
You just had been told by somebody that they got the plug and you banged the line.
Yeah, that's all I did. You know what I mean, Way? And we filled out the forms. I sent them back via email. Started uploading my shit with them. And I'm going to keep it G with you. I've been uploading my music with them since 2016.
Oh, so this is not like a new thing that just got recently discovered the way people try to make it seem. This some old shit. That's crazy.
Since 2016. And honestly, the way I see some shit, because it was like after like a year or 2 years, like a year and a half, because I was in jail a lot, Gold Toast reached out to me. He actually called me and was like, introduce himself and shit like that. Like, hey, yo, what's up? My name's Julio. You know, I run GT Digital. You know, this and that. I just want to reach out to you, make sure you're all right, make sure you're good. You have any questions like that? I was like, damn, dog, these they really care about you or something. You know, I didn't know, not even knowing in my head who he is, what his background is, where he grew up.
Yeah, you just know some fool Julio banged your line.
You know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to be the CEO of a GT Digital. So I thought I was doing good. And then after that, I think somebody told me like, hey, you know, that fool's from, you know, he's from the north and shit like that. And keep it G, you know, I grew up down here where you grew up at.
I feel it. You from even further south than me. Shit.
When was the last time you seen a norteño over here?
I've never seen a norteño over here until he sat right here.
You know what I'm saying? Way so, you know, and to
not
us,
a real one anyways.
That's what I'm saying. So to us, those that side is like, you know, they're not make believe to us, but they're like a unicorn, like, you know, like we know do they exist or they don't.
I mean, technically speaking, you've ran into some because you were in the joint for X amount of years.
Okay, but that's and then you know what? That's a whole nother subject, because it's like in the pen and where we were at, like we act accordingly with them. It's not like you can't talk to them. It's not like you can't, you know, swap shit out with them. It's not like you can't do business with them. So I feel like a lot of the that's being said out here, and a lot of the way the people, a lot of the way people are making it seem out here are people who never been anywhere. A lot of these people in the comments, a lot of these people who are talking about this, bloggers, all this, a lot of them never even been to the pen. You know, I was just at the Haters World podcast the other day, you know, with Blue Devil. Shout out to Blue Devil. I asked him during halftime, like, hey, fool, like, you know, you been on state and shit? He's like, oh, nah, my boy, I just been to the county. But for the last 2 weeks, he's been talking about Southside, north of this. So it's like, you know, a lot of these people who are talking about politics never even politic. or never even been to a real yard, or never, never been with anybody. So I say this to say this: people who are speaking up on shit like that, I'm not saying like, oh, I function with norteños or I don't. I'm not saying none of that shit. At the end of the day, I'm affiliated. I'm from my barrio. I'm from where I'm from, and that's it. And I could go to jail right now or next week, and I'm good anywhere I go. I could walk into any module. I could walk into any yard, and I ain't gotta hide shit. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that I do, I walk like I'm walking in there. So there's nothing I won't do out here that I won't do in there, because I know eventually anybody could slip. You slip, you go back to where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Wait, so like I said, I move how I move in there. If I was doing something out here that I knew I couldn't do in there, I wouldn't do it.
So there's that.
And I'm not saying like, oh, like I'm picking sides and shit like that, because I ain't saying that shit neither. But at the same time, people who be commenting like that is like I said, they never been nowhere for, or they don't know what time it is at all. Like not even a little bit full. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wait, so what the argue with the internet for?
I totally feel it. So what's your relationship with Ghost Hoes at this point?
I mean, he cool, fool. Like, I mean, he's never done shit. Like, he's the CEO of a distribution. And to get it straight again, I never signed to any record deal with anybody. I signed a distribution deal. I could sign a distribution deal with CD Baby. I could sign a distribution deal with anybody.
I feel it.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like I'm an artist from GT Digital.
Yeah, it's just a distribution deal.
It's just distribution. I think like CML got the same shit. He's released shit with them.
Mm-hmm.
Some Texas rappers, D Baby, a bunch of motherfuckers shop their catalogs with them really quick,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm not gonna say they've done a lot for me, but they've opened doors for me that I couldn't do myself and shit like that. And I think when people think like GT Digital, they probably think like, oh, they think of this Latin. They think of like nothing but just northern artists, but I never met anybody.
Yeah, you're doing your shit.
I just said my shit via email, you know what I'm saying, to some dude named Alex from GT Digital. And that's it. They gave me a date when I drop, and that's it.
Have you caught any flack over the shit, aside from the internet?
No.
Well, there's that.
As a real somebody ever banged my line and shit? Nah. And I'm gonna say this too, like all the homies who are from like upstate, all the homies up there and shit, that this is no disrespect to you guys like that, but like we live in a whole different time down here. We kill each other down here. So
simple as that.
We just don't know what you guys go through up there.
That's super facts, and that's a good point. I don't think not very many people speak about that. Like up there, it's red and blue. Down here, it's
blue on blue.
Blue on blue to the max.
That's all we do down here.
There is no other team down here. It's just a blue team. Sit.
That's all we do down here. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, I try not to let the internet, fucking dictate what I do. But like I said, at the end of the day, I could retrace all my steps.
I feel it.
That's all I gotta say with it. Like a homie who don't like it, who's another artist, or a homie who's a blogger, or a homie who, 9 times out of 10 when they see me in person, they're not gonna say shit to me. They gonna joke about it, probably maybe like that, but like in real life, on some real like real time shit way, they're not gonna really stand on what they saying in the comment, or stand on what they saying as the title for the YouTube's post and shit like.
Sick ass phone.
It's just real shit.
I feel it. Let's switch lanes. Let's talk about another large platform that you've dealt with in the past that definitely has some of your good work on there. Let's talk about Lamb Beast TV. What's your relationship with Tones and Lamb Beast TV?
Well, man, shout out to Lamb Beast TV first off, man, because they started my career low key. If it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't have had the audience that I've been feeding. So, I just want to just shout them out and shit like that. But like as far as me and Tone, I never met Tone in person.
That was cool.
Yeah, I heard this shit like that. So I deal with a lot of like pimps and shit.
Yeah.
So
Pamps is technically, I don't want to say he's the co-creator, but
he's the creator.
but he definitely came up with a
He sold the shit to he sold it to Tone.
you know, whatever, you know, I'll let you tell it.
So though, shout out to OG Pants.
That's a sick ass plug for Pampy. Shout out to Pamps.
Palabra. So Tone actually blackballed me from being on Latin Beast. So after
How long ago was that?
what was the last video I dropped with
I don't
them?
know.
The last video I dropped with them was, I think, the G Perico. The G Perico to do the most.
That shit went up.
Like a little soft, little 600K. But that's the last song I dropped with them. And,
What happened? Why you trying to blackball you?
Oh, he didn't try. He did. He blackballed me from his channel.
Why?
Over beef that I had with another artist. So,
Was it the artist in your city?
artist in my city. So a beef that I had with the artist in my city, Tone basically took their side, you know, and he said that, you know, like, well, he ain't gonna upload my shit no more. So I was like, well, you know.
You feel like bloggers or content creators should get involved themselves in the politics
Can you give me
or
water?
stay unbiased?
I feel like content creators and bloggers should just stay neutral.
So unbiased.
Yeah.
Yeah, like don't pick a side.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't pick a side because you picking up cheesemans and shit, fool. You picking up, like, you know, street shit too. You picking up all kinds of shit. So how you just gonna just pick one side and shit like that of something? You can't, because then you're only gonna report one side of the story, and people always want to see both sides.
Would you say the food community is an unbiased platform?
Keep it real.
Honestly, fool, I haven't been following you fools for a minute and shit like that because of what happened. But like before that, I feel like you fools were doing your shit. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell the pages that are like real, that they pick one side. You could tell the pages that are like that. You know what I'm saying? Where like there's like another big page in my city called Dago TV and shit like that, and they just promote the same 5-6 artists and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't know, fool. Like the internet is cool and shit like that way, but like when it's time to pull up face to face with people and shit like that, it's a different vibe when you catch somebody outside or you catch them over here at a show or backstage at a show or some shit like that, and it's just different, food. Like, you know what I mean? Way so, you know, you could be whoever you want on the internet, but like in real life, it's like real life shit. So, but I mean, the internet is what runs now. I guess that's what real life is. But you know, figure it out.
So what happened? He blackballed you, and then what?
He blackballed me from Latin Beast TV because of an artist I was beefing with in my city. I guess the artist that I was beefing it with in my city, Old Tone, nobody knows this dog, but the rapper I was beefing with in my city, Old Tone's brother, the one that got locked up.
Yeah, Lokes, Free Lokes.
He owed him a verse. And I guess his dream was to get a verse from the fool I was beefing with this shit. So the only way to get that verse was to stop fucking. Did he ever get the verse? I don't give a fuck if he did or he didn't. But that was the real reason. That's the real reason why they stopped on me and shit like that way. You know what I'm saying? Way, and I mean, it slowed down. I'm not gonna lie. It slowed down a lot of my. Shit because I'm not real too big on the computer. You know, so doing with that whole shit, uploading shit.
Are you now releasing music videos on your own channel?
Facts.
Is it going up?
It's doing what it's supposed to. Like the last one got like 60K views and shit like that, like in a month and a half. Like, and this is with like no paid Google ads or nothing like that. Just me just uploading and shit like that.
That's respectable for sure.
You know, so I mean, and it is what it is. Where like,
Nah, I ain't mad at it.
now do I wish I would have built my shit a long time ago? I would, you know, when I was getting million, I wasn't getting nothing less than 300K on Latin Beast TV.
Yeah.
Everything I was putting up, even features, full grabbing features from me, it was getting 100K.
That shit was going up.
Yeah, the last fool that got a feature from me, from Salt Lake City, that video got 700K views. You know what I'm saying? And it was a feature. You know, I was a feature to his shit. With, like, so I guess it is what it is. But
I want to say you had a little rough out here.
bro, I had some of the biggest features that work for me though. Like, people don't talk about. I don't even talk about shit. I just keep the G way, keep it pushing to the next project way. But like, name another motherfucker that got a song with Lil Rod for, you know, with a video and shit like that way. Like, come on, fools don't got songs with Lil Rod way. Like,
That's major. No
Yeah.
cap.
you know what I'm saying? Way so.
Talk to me about that.
G Perico feature too. Like I seen homies try to get G Perico features, and the videos don't touch more than 80K. You know, I drop a song with G Perico and shit like that. That shit got 600K views on my Spotify. That shit my most streaming song and shit like that. Got over like 500,000 streams on Spotify. So it's like a lot of people. Like, I don't know, dog. Like, I don't try to brag or boast. You see me when I was with Jay Stone. When I met you, I was with Jay Stone on Crenshaw way. Like, right after they killed Nipsey. A lot of fools couldn't do that shit way. Get a feature right after they killed Nip in his alley and shot the video in his alley. You shot the if you seen what time it was away. Like,
It's love.
So.
Can't cap. You even had oh yeah, like you said, I guess we already touched on that a few minutes ago. You even had a Chito and Jalisco pull up. So, I mean, there's that.
You know, so.
So what's going on with you now? What's the next move for you? Actually, let's circle back. What are some of your big songs in case people aren't too familiar? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, man. I got No Friends, Southern Cali. Mama Tried with Traviesa, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
The homie Stalker. Shit. I know I got some more tucked up. And I'm shadow banned on a lot of too. And I know, honestly, it's like I know whoever uploaded the videos on YouTube and shit like that, they put them to where you can't find my shit. So like if you try to look up like certain songs that I have, you can't find the songs on YouTube. You have to go like on their channel, scroll down the fucking shit, you know? So.
No, I feel it. They didn't put your tags.
That's what it is.
Probably, yeah. I'll be uploading every fucking day. You got to put certain shit for the shit to slap.
Criminal too, like when I put a song on Criminal's page, more than 500,000 and shit like that. You know, so.
That's dope. Let me ask you, how'd you get the Lil Rob feature? How did that all play out for you?
Through CalMex. CalMex was the people who signed me for one album deal.
I remember that individual.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, so yeah, through him and shit like that, they reached out to Lil Rob, off of a Tony A podcast and shit like that. The Rhodium Radio podcast that I did with Tony A. I shout out Lil Rob when they asked me who was from San Diego, and they doubled. Lil Rob said he's seen that shit. That's the only reason why he said he'll do that shit with me. You know, palabra off of that interview only. You know.
That's love. And what was it like working with him?
He was cool, fool. It was a lot of like palabra on everything I love. I did the song and I hit the studio with old boy from CalMex, heard the beat, did the song right there on the spot. The next day, we gave it to Lil Rob. Lil Rob, we chopped it up with him. The following day, he sends back a verse. I listened to it. I was like, oh, that's just cool. And then 3 days later, he sends back another verse. And he's like, I got two, listen to this one. And I was like, nah, the first one's tight. You know, the first one's tight. So
That's dope that he even gave you options.
right. So he stuck to the first one. And then I was gonna at that time I was gonna get locked up. That's when I was telling you that I was gonna do that I signed for the 3 years.
We'll talk about it right now.
Yeah, I did that shit. So some shit happened between CalMex and some shit happened with the record label and with my videographer and shit like that. Because that Lil Rob video was supposed to go on my channel to make my views and my subscribers go up on my own channel. Because I was with Latin Beats no more. But it wasn't written in the contract that video was going to go on my channel. It was just a verbal. It was just a verbal. So when the video was going to be done, they reached out to Pamps and told Pamps, like, it was a lawyer called him and said, hey, you're breaching contract if you give the video to anybody else except CalMex Music Group. So he had to give, and Pamps, I guess he's already been sued, been bankrupted shit off the shit before. So he had a what's it called? Give them the video away. That was it. That's why the video only got like 200K views, like that. There was just a lot of negative energy and shit behind that shit. It wasn't no positivity in that shit, like what it was supposed to really do.
That sucks. But what was Lil Rob like during the music video shoot and shit like that?
Shit, that fool was cool. Fool met him. He was real humble as. I remember, because he didn't charge me for the verse.
That's love.
Yeah, he didn't charge me for. And then he's just like, pay for my plane ticket to come down. So I was like, oh, I got you.
That's
and then
light.
even then he was like, hey, I think I got some Southwest points for a free flight. I told him, nah, it's feed me, dog. I'll pay for it. So out of the budget they gave me for the album, I paid for the flight. He came down. You know, he just came down. We were chilling when we shot the video. We were on Highland, National City, riding around. Smoked with him and shit. Kicked it, fool. And that was it, honestly, fool. He left, or I left and shit. I just dipped. People stayed. I dipped when I handled my business.
He's cool, dog. I've met him at a personal friend's house. Chopped it up with a gang of times on IG. That was cool as fuck.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people try to like reach out to me to tell them to reach out to him and shit, thinking, but it's, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna work and shit
He
like
has
that.
a manager. Hit him up. That's a crazy story. Damn, fool. So what's next? What's popping with you now?
Shit, TSIT Volume 4 is on the way. Drops this Friday. And I got a follow-up album right behind it called 1991.
When's 91 drop?
I don't even know, but sometime before the year ends.
I ain't mad at that.
TSIT Volume 4 is a series of mixtapes that I got. It's the Volume 4 series. Nothing but just old school shit, like beats. You know, just fucking shit up with. Just me, no features.
No features?
No features, just me and shit.
You shot any videos off it yet?
We on that right now.
That's right.
Yeah, we're
Didn't you
doing
just drop a video like a couple days ago?
Am
Am I tripping?
Probably somebody else.
No, or maybe Pam's just posted something of you. A couple
Yeah, he
days.
posted some shit on me, but that's like old shit.
Oh.
That's old shit with, but
What questions do you have for this fine gentleman here, my friend? Wizard of Fools?
I posted a story and they left questions. Let me check.
Don't say anything too stupid. Nah, shoot it. Shoot them off. The internet's going to ask you some questions right now, Grifo.
They said ask him about peso.
oh man, I ain't gonna say about that dude, bro. That shit passed already for that shit. Yeah.
Next.
They said why they call him Grifo.
Man, cause I get high. I don't get high right now no more cause I'm on probation. But like, man, I can smoke weed.
What else they got?
If Gold Toes introduced him to any rappers up north.
Toes introduced me to like San Quinn, Burner,
Mm.
who else? Jay Diggs. That's about it.
Would you be open to working with any northern artists? And when I say northern artists, I mean northern raza.
Now, like, I mean, it just gotta make sense. It just has to make sense.
I feel it.
I got a low rider calling me right now. Yeah, it just gotta make sense, fool.
That's it. The rest is
Like what?
like asking about certain beefs he has with people,
Nah.
which you guys already talked
We
about.
already covered it, probably.
Yeah. Just,
Besides albums, what's up? When you going to get off paper?
I get off paper probably like 2025.
God.
2025.
Oh,
I actually popped the dirty just to come here, fool.
oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I popped the dirty. If I wouldn't have asked for the travel pass, they wouldn't have made me fucking pissed.
And there's a high chance they would have found out you came?
What do you mean? Nah, I mean, you know.
It's better to be safe. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
You think they're going to trip off of the weed, considering weed is legal in California?
I don't know, fool. I don't know. Hopefully not, but you know how those fools are and shit. Way like.
So you're prepared to get violated for this interview?
Nah, hell nah. Yeah, hell nah.
What else is cracking besides the projects? Who's some artists you'd like to work with for real? Like, just period. I don't give a where they're from.
Shit, honestly, right now, fool, like, I'm gonna keep it G with you. Like, I've worked with almost everybody that I've
That you'd like
genuinely wanted to work with.
That's tight.
You know, like, every feature I ever paid for and shit, like, I genuinely wanted to do.
Well, yeah, you paid your money for it.
Yeah, I genuinely wanted to do it and shit like that. And it always came out like, it always came out good and shit like that. Like, I just said some shit in the other interview because Haters World was trying to ask me, like, if I feel like a King Little G feature will help my career.
And what'd you say? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I just talking basically like I feel like, like it wouldn't.
Why?
You think a King Little G feature will help me?
I mean, I think you're pretty fucking popular with it. I don't know.
Not like that, but you think like a feature from him will help me? Like, what would it do for me?
No, that's cap because certain rappers got a feature from him and they didn't do much.
Right. But what would a feature do for me from him and shit? Am I gonna tour around the United States off the song we make?
I don't know.
I mean, look at Bozo. He got a pretty authentic song from him, right?
I would say so.
Pretty much like a real good, authentic, real song where it was almost like real heartfelt. What it do for him? He got a couple songs with him.
Did it do good on views?
I mean, what the fuck is views though? If you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't really getting no real fatty with like real money, real streaming Spotify money, you know.
I feel it. I don't know. As far as me, I've never gotten features when I rapped. I got features from my real homies. So like, I got a feature from Drummer Boy. I did that fool's first photo shoot. That's my dog for 15 years. YBE. I've known him since that fool was fat, and he didn't go by YBE. That was my boy. Yeah. Those are my boys. Like, we came up. We're in the same class. We came up together. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
That's
Drummer.
facts, yeah.
Drummer, cool dog. I got a funny story with that fool. I did a show with that fool in Albuquerque. We went to the strip club after that shit, and that fool got too faded way. That fool got drunk, fool. He got drunk way. He was like, he exceeded his limit on the ATM. This fool was cash apping the strippers and shit. Telling him to go to the ATM to get the fatty out and shit. Like that. That fool for sure blew his whole show money there, though. I know that for a fact.
That's intense. I'm going to have to ask him if I can leave this story in. Don't trip, pal. I got your best interest at heart.
Yeah. That fool cool. Palabra, that fool straight.
Nah, but like I was saying, I don't really believe... I make music with people that I want to make music with because they're my friends. I don't make music for possible gain. Don't get me wrong. It might be a coincidence that two of the fools I made music with are popping, but there was a time when I was a little cooler than them. You know what I'm saying? I off and they kept going, so good for them. You know what I mean? So,
I never knew you even made music.
Palabra,
though. I thought you were just a video.
Oh man. What about me being signed to Brown Side? What about that part?
I never knew that.
End of the interview, guys. Wrap this up.
You were from Brown Side, said you?
I mean, I'm from Ivanka, but yeah, I'm from fucking...
See, I didn't see, because look, I'm not really up to date with LA rap and shit like that.
You don't care, dog. Just say you don't care, fool, and I'll understand.
Lace me up. I want to know, though. So
I was part of a popular hip-hop group 12 years ago, 10 years ago. That shit was super epic. They called us the West Coast Wu-Tang. We hit radio, kind of. West Coast Pioneers, Julio G, Tony G, posted the tape. It was great, blah, blah, blah. I went solo. I toured with King Little G a little bit. I toured with Fora a long time ago. These are long time ago. Well, everyone's still coming up.
Right.
I was shooting videos the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, fool, don't fucking interview me now I think about it. Anyways, long story short, I ended up with Tokes. Tokes was like, hey, fool, I saw some of your raps. You get down. I'm going to put you on or what? And I was like, I guess.
You from the same body as Toker?
No.
But the fools from Brown Side, you from the same hood?
They're all from the same hood. I'm not from their hood. They're from South Central. I'm from East LA.
Oh, right.
But not East Los, just the east side.
It's like Paramount East Side.
Nah, because Paramount's from the south side.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. See, I don't know. Fool, you know what I'm saying?
So look, there's downtown LA, then there's East, what you would say is East Los Angeles.
Okay.
But technically, there's a city called East Los Angeles.
All right.
And then like Paramount, Cudahy,
They got like East Side Story or some shit like that.
Exactly.
All right.
And then below that, that's like South LA. Then there's South Central LA.
Yeah, no, I heard about that.
West LA. She's from Northeast LA.
From Nella. So I heard that. The East Side, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like South Side. What's that, like Grape Street and shit like that?
That's definitely Watts area. So that's like I'm saying, Paramount, Watts, all that area.
Yeah.
Sick geographical fun.
I didn't even know football. I know East LA is like my city, South Side San Diego. We don't have like no Morenos and shit like that. I know East LA don't got no Moreno hoods in it, right?
Technically speaking, if we're gonna get real technical, East Coast Crips started in East LA.
Where you from, my boy? You from LA too?
So what else is next for you? What's next?
Shit, fool, just more deals, more music, shit like that way. I got a feature with somebody. I'm not gonna lie, fool. It's gonna really take everybody by surprise like that.
Can you tell me off camera?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
That's tight.
Other than that, fool, just keep working and shit. I'm just working, chilling with the homies, trying to not get locked up.
I feel it. Hopefully they don't violate you.
I think I'll be all right.
That'd be dope. So is there, before we clock out, is there anything you want to say to the people?
TSIT Volume 4 drops this Friday. Shit, that's it. Streets is talking volume 4.
It was a pleasure having you up here, my dog.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
You know what it is. Rich Homie Juan behind the boards. Of course, San Diego legend.
Yeah.
Lil Grifo. And of course,
I'm gonna need that friendly from both of you fools way.
you're going to get packed out.
Say less.
LA Icon, you know what it is.
Oh,
Community
sir.
Podcast. Gracias.
These